Hey guys, welcome back to the MLG stream covering the Acer Team Story Cup. I'm here with Pooey, and how you doing today, Pooey?
I'm good, man. I'm very good. Just getting ready for these games. It looks like we're just waiting for a baby night, I believe.
Yes. So, has it been 100% confirmed it's baby night? I
I
mean, I assume from Europe. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. He said BBK next, which could
it's the only
be.
possibility that I can think of. So
Yeah, they're not playing, barbecue kung pao pork or something. So, um, we are gonna have baby night against TLO. Of course, Liquid is right now. They're up 2-1. Their only player who's lost is Xenio, whereas Millenium has had both Daishi and 4GG suffer defeat at the hands of Xenio and TLO respectively. So this is a situation where if TLO wins again, then Millenium is going to be down 3-1. So they have, maybe Ghost User and then a repeat of 4GG perhaps. And they'll have to, Liquid still doesn't even use Hero Tasia yet, right? And they could use Hero, Tasia, and then like Tasia a second time. So I think this is pretty much a must-win situation for Baby Night. If they really want to have keep their chances alive in this match. So the map is going to be Polar Night, and of course you're a very high-level Protoss player, top of the Masters. How do you feel about Polar Night from a Protoss perspective?
I don't really mind it so bad myself. Oh wait,
Actually, looks
okay,
like
apparently we gotta go back to NA because it's Goshu used it.
okay, they're messing with us.
Yeah.
Baby Night must be eating his dinner or something, or perhaps they realized the map was Polar Night and they said, you know what, this is a better map for ZVZ.
Yeah.
That could be it.
So fair enough. But yeah, Polar Night's an interesting map. I was watching WCS last night, and they were talking about how like the back rocks,
Yep.
sometimes people take that as like their fourth base, their fifth base, and sometimes if I can, I sneak like sometimes a pylon back there, and I just cannon it, and I take it out and take a really fast nade, because no one ever scouts, so that's
Yep.
a sneaky play that I do.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think Polar Knight's pretty good for PvZ. The third is a little open, unless
Yeah.
you take the back one. But the back one can be tricky to get up fast. Like there's a lot of super fast third base Protoss builds that are kind of in style now that, of course, you wouldn't have time to take out the rocks for those. But anyways, it's going to be a ZVZ, and ZVZ is actually one of my most fun matchups to watch TLO play because TLO does some really crazy ZVZ builds. I mean, he'll still use Swarm hosts nowadays, which aren't too common anymore. But also he's perfectly capable of playing this normal standard macro game. So I don't know exactly what to expect.
No, I don't either.
Ghost User typically plays fairly defensive early game. So I would say if anyone's going to do that like gasless queen style where they go straight to roaches, they don't even get gas, and they just get 4 queens really fast, I think would be Ghost User. Because I know he does like that style. He's not the biggest fan of the speed and baiting wars, but I mean he's willing to do pretty much anything. So it looks like the game is going to be starting in just a second here. And this again, I talked about earlier from Baby Night's perspective, but Ghost User, it's the same thing. Ghost User pretty much has to win this. Or else they're gonna be down 3-1. Then it'll be just Baby Night and 4GG against pretty much all of Liquid, with the exception of Xenio. And one thing about Polar Night with ZVZ is the third base is a little open, except for the back. There's that back base, but that's hard to take in ZVZ at least early on. So even if it goes to a macro game, run bys with either roaches or speedings become a really big part of this map.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, also, do you Greetop says it is, but I don't know how. Like, I can kind of see it, but they keep saying that this is a Destination remake.
Destination, okay.
That's what he's saying. Like, I can kind of see it, like the rocks.
I mean, the back
obviously
base.
the little mineral patch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, the thing with Destination to me is, it was really defined by that double ramp from the natural, right? That was one of the biggest parts of that. And this doesn't really have that same effect. And it's a little wider, I feel. But if you had to pick any StarCraft 2 map as a Destination remake, it'd be either this or Crossfire, right?
Crossfire, yeah, definitely.
So.
God, I hated Crossfire.
I mean, you pretty much have to pick one of these two as closest to that. How did you feel about Destination back in Brood War?
It was a decent map, but like I didn't play too much Brood War. I'll be honest. Like I bought Brood War specifically when okay, we know who's lagging at least. I tried to get beta and I couldn't get beta for a wall, and I bought Brood War just to catch up on StarCraft pretty much, and I played it for like 4 months. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was harder to learn the game back then.
Yeah, it definitely was. It's a tricky game to play. One thing, of course, Brooder was a predecessor to StarCraft 2, and one of the things people like most about it, I think, who are fans of the competitive scene, was just a very diverse map pool they had, which was really cool. And I think we're starting to get there in StarCraft 2. If you look at, for example, the number of new maps introduced in 2013 compared to 2012, there's been a lot more new maps introduced, at least globally. In Korea, they've always had a pretty fast map turnaround. But I guess now we've kind of been more unified in that we've all been... Every region has been pretty quick in adopting a lot of new maps.
Definitely.
So, neither player going for any super early pool. Of course, they could still do pool hatch or hatch pool. Both openings are fairly common. On a 2-spawn map like Polar Knight, where your overlords can get pretty good coverage, probably hatchery first is even more likely. But we do see TLO actually going for a 14 pool.
Oh wait, I thought they were remaking.
Oh no, are you still in the game or?
No, I left when people started leaving.
No, I think it was just a one person left. Well, maybe you can just pop open the stream, and you'll be about 10 seconds behind me if you can watch on the highest quality.
There's a 2-minute delay.
Oh, you're right. Well, maybe we'll just keep this one going, and you can I can ask you questions about what may be going on.
Yeah, when they said this restart, I thought they said yes, so I just left. Oh no.
No, I think that was an error. They just wanted the one guy who was lagging it. But anyways, here we are in the game. Of course, we do see the 14 pool from TLO, followed by the hatchery, then the gas. Whereas Ghost User went to hatchery first, then the pool, then the gas. So it's going to be fairly even. Although TLO's making 2 early Zerglings, so it's going to put him 1 drone behind. But he can get that perfect scout off and know the exact gas timing of his opponent, which is useful because Ghost User is a player who will often skip gas. And so kind of being able to be 100% sure if he's doing that or not is nice, although Overlord's already spotted that gas, so he knows Ghost User isn't skipping gas. One of the biggest things you can do is if you notice your opponent skipping gas, you can just play super greedy, because there's nothing aggressive they can do for quite a long time. I mean, some people, when they see their opponent skip gas, they try to do a speeding baning bust, but with a good wall off and good queen position, that can usually be defended, depending on how things go. The safer option is to play extra greedy. We do have speed coming out from TLO, taking all his drones off gas after starting speed, so not going straight to banings or progressing up his tech tree in that regard. Trying to take down a drone with his first 2 Zerglings, but it's not going to happen. Ghost User's not going to fall for that. On the other hand, Ghost User, he's getting speed as well, just a few seconds behind, but he's keeping all 3 drones on gas, so that means he could easily progress the banings and put on some pressure, whereas TLO is actually just getting additional queens. Actually, no, he's just getting a 2nd queen now, getting more Zerglings. It's kind of interesting. He's not doing the thing where you just hide a bunch of Zerglings. Actually, he's starting to hide some Zerglings. Is he going to just mass them? Oh, he is. He's doing that mass speed lean where, you, of course, you just stop your drone count at 20 drones. Yeah. He's stockpiling all the speedings in his main base. Now, this is a build where if Ghost User identifies it, he pretty much just straight out wins if he has time to make his own banings. And his baning nest is at a decent time, so how many Zerglings does Ghost User have available to turn into banings? Only 2.
It's such a sneaky little tactic. It happens so often as well. There's just, build like 20, 30 Zerglings, hide them in the back of the base so they don't get spotted, and then bam. Once they're ready, you just see them shoot across the map, and then you'll see Ghost User go into
panic mode.
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now. The speeding just went right under his first Overlord. What's his reaction? Okay, he immediately is trying to morph 6 banings, but they're almost natural. And TLO is going to get there before they finish. Actually, wait, they're almost done. Is TLO going to risk trying to cancel them? No, he's not. He's going to spread out some speedings into natural, some into the main. If Ghost User can minimize damage, it's going to be great. Now, he's taking some drone losses, but now all the baning's complete, and they're actually clearing up pretty much every speeding. Ghost User is taking very minimal damage. In fact, if you look at workers killed, only a single drone has been killed so far.
That's really good.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty disastrous for TLO. Now, Ghost User did make a lot of units, so he's actually... The drone count's actually very even now because TLO was joining behind that. But Ghost User has a much better army and tech available because he has a lot of baning still in the field. And TLO has just now started his baning nest. So Ghost User could feel free to maybe even do a game-ending counterattack with all the banings, or even just be really safe droning up. Looks like he's actually going to commit to a counterattack. He's rebuilding one of the queens that he lost. In fact, he lost both his queens. He's rebuilding both of those. And now he's heading across the map. He has a lot of speedlings and some banings. TLO has... Oh, he's trying to build a wall now. He does have 2 spine cores being built. He's trying to wall in front of it, but his baiting nest still isn't done yet. And Ghost User has a lot of banings pointing here. Speedlings actually just run right by the wall. Trading very, very well. TLO is desperately trying to make more and more speedlings. Okay, here come the banings from Ghost User pointed. Now the queens from TLO are surrounded. The banings heading straight for the worker line. TLO with a great split. Oh, but he gets a spine caller and a queen with a couple good baiting shots there. And more speedlings rallying in here. TLO is scrambling to defend, but he's taking a lot of drone losses. Oh no, he just lost a lot of his rallied speedlings to a single baiting hit there. Ghost User has complete control of TLO's natural. TLO is desperately okay. Now he's morphing some of his own banings, but in his main base, Ghost User's banings are hitting there as well. Great spreading from TLO, but it's kind of, you know, you're trying to take out a giant fire with just a fire extinguisher. It's not quite enough. Ghost User continues to reinforce. Here's another group of speedlings. The worker counts now. Ghost User, he's killed 7 workers. He's ahead by 5. But he just continues to reinforce, and natural TLO is under heavy pressure. Ghost User ahead by 12 supply, which actually is a lot at this low supply amounts. Now he's got 5 more banings morphed. He's heading straight to the main of TLO. TLO lost both his queens as well, so he no longer has injects, cannot keep reinforcing at the same rate. Oh, the drone's in the main. Oh, he loses another 7 drones to baiting connections. TLO now half the supply of Ghost User. More and more speedlings continue to run to the natural. But now Ghost User is joining behind us, so he's decided he's not going to keep trying to go for the game-ending attack. He still has 8 more speedlings, picking off a few drones here. But okay, now it's all cleaned up, and now to take stock of things, we see a total of 16 workers killed by Ghost User, only a single worker killed by TLO. And that's a pretty dire situation. It's 38 drones to 16. Ghost User has a Roach Warren done. I think he may just go for like a Roach Baneling attack to finish it off. Yeah, TLO just sees him out in TC, runs some speedings to Ghost User's base, sees the drone count of Ghost User, and he realizes there's no way he's going to win that. He's half the economy. It's not going to happen. No, I mean, Ghost User had Roach Warren done as well. So that's going to actually be a great win for Team Millenium. Ghost User tying it up 2-2. And now, of course, in our next match, you can rejoin me, and we'll both be able to check things out here. But who do you think Liquid will put in against Ghost User?
That's what I was just about to wonder. Yeah. All right, so
I would guess Hero personally. But
you're guessing Hero.
Yep.
I think that's a good call, because then I'll probably be like Hero and Tasia, and then they'll revive Hero or Tasia depending on who's the last player for Millenium.
Exactly. Now, one thing that does make a difference is what are the next couple maps, right? So yes. The next map is going to be Aklon Waste. That would be a great map for Hero against Ghost User, I think. I mean, Aklon Waste is a pretty good map for PvZ, but the map after Aklon is Star Station, which is one of the weaker maps for Protoss. So
yes,
the question is, should they put in Hero, and then if he wins, he'll have a tough game 2, but at least even at that point, he's already taken down 1 win. Or should he put in Tasia, but if you put in Tasia and he loses, then you're pretty much forced to play Hero his first map on Star Station. So I think it's more likely to be Hero just because at this point you'd rather play it safe and just you know, play Aklon Waste for your Protoss.
Yeah, and of course Hero has really good PvZ as well, so it's not like, you know, it's like, oh, this map isn't so great for him next, but this isn't his best matchup either, so it's like, ooh, so they should be perfectly good to have him against Ghost User.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that'll be the next match. We're just waiting for confirmation from Liquid on who their player is going to be. Of course, they could throw in someone else. We're not 100% sure who they're going to use yet. But we'll find out. Game number 5 will be coming right up in a couple minutes.